we go. Recording. I believe. All right, perfect. All right, ladies. Well, welcome to our first Nail Bling Queens team training. I'm so excited for tonight to talk about VIP groups and the importance of them and how we can really utilize them well in our business. And I have some of our leaders as well here tonight that are going to chat about some different things that we have done over the past, most of my leaders, like directors and senior directors and above, a lot of them have been with me for about a year. So we've been doing it for a while. So we are excited to share what works for us and, you know, hear from some of you ladies as well if you have other things that work well for you in your VIP groups. So I'm going to go off of my notes. And just also an FYI, we are going to, now that I am on summer break and a lot of our leaders who are teachers are also on summer break, we're going to be offering, yeah, I know, for real. I was up all night finishing grades. I'm so tired and so excited to be done. But we're going to be offering team trainings throughout the summer, and hopefully next month going to be doing a whole series on enrolling and recruiting and a challenge for the team, stuff like that. But just be on the lookout that we're going to be having these more often. We haven't decided how often yet. I'm hoping weekly to bi-weekly, but we shall see. But tonight is all about the importance of VIP groups, and I'm going to start by letting you know that what we're going to talk about tonight is for an established VIP group. So if you are brand new and you have not yet done a launch party and you have not yet invited all of your friends and family and Facebook friends to your group yet and really given them everything there is to know about Color Street, then this stuff is going to be supplemental after you do that. Says my internet connection's unstable, but hopefully we're okay. Am I good still? Am I unstable?
It was a little wobbly there for a second, but okay. You're better now.
Okay, cool. Hopefully we'll be okay. But if you have not yet, if you're new, or maybe you're not very new, but you've never had a launch party, just be sure to reach out to your direct enroller or another leader, and we can help you with how to do a launch party. But this is going to be about what you would do like on the daily throughout, you know, your VIP group after you've done all of that. Hey, ladies, if you are not muted, if you wouldn't mind pressing mute just so that the sound is at a minimum. Thank you. What else? Okay, and this is also not about how to grow your group either. That's going to be for a separate week, but there's lots of ways that you can go about growing your group. And Samantha said, I'm cutting out here and there. Am I still cutting out? Have I been cutting out?
Right now you're okay. You did like a little bit. But.
Okay. Perfect. All right, so we are going to start with an acronym. And so if you are taking notes, this is going to be something that you want to write down because it's going to help you. I use it in my brain almost every single day. And it comes from our presidential upline, Kelly France, who is like #2 in the entire company. She is the founder and leader of Team Nailed It, if you're in that group. And our acronym is V.I.P. And this is going to help you to remember what types of posts to make in your VIP group daily. So when you think about what am I going to post today, and I know a lot of us really struggle with that. For me personally, I do have to get creative, but I love it. It's my creative outlet. It's like, to me, it's almost like doing an art project for school. It's like, okay, what do I want to do today? And we have so many outlets too to help us with it, like graphics groups and whatnot. But the V, the I, and the P all stand for something to help you to remember the 3 types of posts that you can be doing each day to really utilize your VIP group to the best way possible. And the V stands for volume. So volume meaning posts that are going to bring in money for your business. So how to sell nails, right? So V stands for volume or money. Bringing in that income. The I stands for interactive, because we want people in our VIP groups to have something to do. If they're just kind of scrolling through and they never have anything to do, then it's going to lower the Facebook algorithm. They're not going to keep seeing our posts, and they're going to get bored too. So we want stuff that they can comment on, that they can like, that they can be excited to do something with. And then the P stands for personal. So you are selling yourself as a stylist and as a person just as much as you are selling these nails. People want to buy from people that they know, like, and trust. And if they don't feel like they know you or connect with you or have any idea who you are, then they're going to be less likely to want to continue to interact with you in your group and purchase nails from you. And then also that goes into, you know, wanting to host a party with you or joining your team in the future, which it all kind of goes intertwined in a big circle, and we'll touch on all of those in the future as well. So we're gonna start, we're gonna kind of chunk it together. We're gonna talk about different things you can do for volume posts to bring in money by selling nails. Then we're gonna get into different types of interactive posts that you can do. And then we'll get into types of like things you can do with personal stuff. And then some other little things that are really important to remember about your VIP group as a whole. And so I'll be talking about some things, and then some of my leaders might be talking here and there about different things as well. So starting with volume posts. So posts to sell nails, because that's what we're here to do, right? So Heather, I forget which things you were talking about, something interactive, girls night in, giveaways, right? Okay, so then I know Andrea, is Andrea on yet? I don't think Andrea is on yet. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and start, and then some of my leaders, my team leaders, directors, senior directors, if you have something that you want to chat about, just holler and you can talk about it instead. So when it comes to volume posts, one thing that you can do that Jamie is awesome at is the Nailfie of the day. So you can highlight just from finding in the Nailfies group, you can kind of create an album on your phone, and every day you want to share a Nailfie. And you want it to be a good Nailfie. You want it to be something that makes the nails look good. So you never want to share a Nailfie where it's an awful application, where it's on the cuticles, where they haven't filed well, or where it just isn't pretty. You want it to be beautiful because you want people to look at it and be like, wow, those nails are so pretty, I have to have them. Because every time you share a Nailfie, you are planting a seed. If you share one pretty Nailfie today and then another one tomorrow and another one the next day, within a week, they have seen 7 different gorgeous Nailfies, and they're gonna start thinking, okay, I gotta buy some nails from whoever, because they've seen it over and over. Kind of like with Facebook ads, when you see stuff pop up, you might not notice it the first time, but if you keep scrolling and you keep seeing over a few weeks like some kind of ad, it starts putting seeds in your head, and you're like, okay, so what is this? What is this thing that keeps popping up? And then I think, Heather, you said recently that happened to you, that you were guilty of buying something on Facebook because you kept seeing the ad. I mean, it's just human nature. We keep seeing it. We keep planting seeds. So Nailfie of the day is an awesome thing to do. Another thing that people have been doing through quarantine, because people weren't able to order online, is a set of the day for sale. So I know Jamie does like a Nailfie of the day just to showcase, hey, here's some pretty colors that you may be interested in. But you can also do a set of the day that you have in your stash that you're saying, hey, this is up for grabs. So set of the day. And you can say, you know, it's retail, tax and shipping on me, or you can make it something like $10 set. Like I know Danielle, my upline, did a $10 set every day of the month, this whole month, and it came with a twosie. And so every day, think about it, there's 30 days in a month. If you sell a $10 set every day for 30 days, what does that do for you? What's 300? Can you guys hear me?
You just froze it for a second. So if you asked a question, we didn't hear it.
Oh, I asked a question. I said, if you sell a $10 set, one $10 set every day of the month, that adds up to $300. So what's that going to do for you?
BQ.
Yeah, that's enough money to place a bulk order and BQ yourself. And that is if all you're doing the whole month without any parties, without doing any kind of hustling, but just putting a set out there, selling it for 10 bucks. That is super duper doable. So that's another thing you can do. Other things you can do too are album sales. Many of you have been doing that. If you're in my VIP group, you may have seen that I have posted. It's as an announcement at the top of the page, it says shop my inventory, and then it's got like a graphic that says solids, and then in the comments of that graphic I have all the solids I have for sale, and pictures underneath it, and then glitters, same thing. And so people can always go right there and shop from my album sale. Other things that we do sometimes are flash sales. And flash sales can be done either by just posting pictures of the sets that you have, or live flash sales. Excuse me. If you're going to do a live sale, I recommend letting your people know ahead of time, because otherwise, if people don't know, then they're not going to set that time aside. And sometimes people will even pull their VIP group saying like, hey, live flash sale, what time works best for you guys on this day or that day? Or obviously it could be whenever it works best for you. But just showing what sets that you have, letting them know what the price point is, and then collecting the money through Venmo or PayPal, and then taking that money and putting it back into your sales to help BQ yourself, reach enhanced commission, etc. Another thing you can do are specials. So like for me today, as soon as I woke up and I saw that the website was back up and running, I told myself I am getting some website orders today. So I'm doing a special. I don't care what I have to do. I'll sell my arm and leg. I want some website specials. So I just said, okay, buy 3, get 1 free orders, get a free set of your choice from my stash. So my customers just hop on that because they're like, ooh, an extra free set. So it's buy 3, get 2 free. Other times people will do like all orders of a certain dollar amount will get a free set, or you can give away accent nails like twosies for freebies, or a lot of us give away little leather earrings. I don't have a pair in front of me. If anyone has, if anyone knows what I'm talking about, the leather earrings.
I have some. I'll grab one.
Okay, that's awesome. Because we can put them in an envelope and send them out with the set. Instead of having to like pay for extra shipping. That's why I like them. Anything that I can do like as a freebie. Andrea's holding up some Valentine ones, I think. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, there they are. Perfect. And so a lot of us will do like for different holidays on Amazon, you can get like different themed ones. And they cost less than $1 per earring. And if you're interested in anything like that, you can ask for the link afterwards.
So here were some Valentine ones that had left over. And then there were some like Christmas
exactly
ones.
and they're all flat. Oh, I love those deer ones.
I know, they're so cute.
You should save those for your favorite upline.
You mean for your favorite?
I love those.
Boy.
It'll be a while, but I love them. Other things that I'll include too for specials sometimes is I ordered these little scratch off tickets from Etsy, and I ordered little dots that lay over them, and so you can give them different deals like, hey, all orders are going to get a scratcher ticket and twosies, and the scratchers for like your next order, whatever you want to make it for. Other things people have
to do is nail tape. So a
yeah.
lot of the Nailfies that I post have nail tape on them, so you can get nail tape, and this is like a 30 pack that I got for like $4 or $5 on Amazon, and
wow.
This is flat, so you can very easily flip it in the envelope with the set if you mail the set out or something like that.
Okay, mind blown. I did not know they were flat. I need that link. I'm too intimidated to put it on myself because I'm not creative and I'm really impatient, but that's really cute. Thank you, yeah, Heather. And again, ladies, if you have anything to add at any time that is relevant to what I'm talking about, chime in at any time and interrupt me. I literally just made a list of stuff that works for me and threw it out to my leaders and said, hey, what should I add? And let's see. Let's just share what we do. Another thing people have been doing recently are wish lists through a Google form. Erin just said, can you tell me what that was again? Erin, I think you're talking about the nail tape. Heather was talking about nail tape. Yes. So it's like, if you've seen the Nailfies where it looks like there's like a random line across it, like you can make designs with them. There's lots of Nailfies in the Nailfie group where people will say they use nail tape. To me, it takes a lot of skill, and I don't have skill. So yeah, it's just like little
you can see
tape.
My screen.
Yeah.
I'm showing you one right now.
Uh-huh.
And this one is kind of like an iridescent, shiny, holographic color. And it's literally just tape that you lay over the nail strips. And then you'd want to put like a clear coat over the top so that it doesn't snag on stuff, because it will be raised slightly. But it's pretty easy to use. I've used it once. I was intimidated that scared I was gonna mess it up, but it was pretty easy actually.
Well,
And
your nail fees are always so good.
You can do. Huh?
Your nail fees are always so pretty.
Oh, thanks.
Kelly France uses Heather's nail fees in her group today, and Francie I had to screenshot that for Heather. So another thing people have been doing lately are creating wish lists through Google Form. And so if you notice, even though the website is back up and running, there's still not every set. Like a couple months ago, we had over 100 sets online. Right now, we only have like 35. So you can create a wish list, and I don't know, Heather, did you create one of these? Liz, did you make a wish list?
Yeah, I made one, like right.
So if you're interested in that, again, just take notes on what you're looking for and then send it in the group chat after, and or we can, Liz can share her wish list in the team group, where you can kind of see what we're talking about, where people can just like fill out their favorites, basically like, which nails that they would love to have that aren't available on the website. And that way, when you get your hands on them, you can reach out and give that customer service to your VIPs and say, hey, I know this was on your wish list. I have one now with your name on it for X amount of dollars, whatever. And then another thing is Heather just made a jot form with her inventory, and it's really cool, just in time for the website to be working again. But that's okay, because you have way more sets than the website has, Heather.
That's
right?
True. Yes.
Aaron said,
I added to my wish list that I wanted to be able to give my customers is that there are some companies that the website has the ability to create a wish list for them to save and then email to themselves. I added an option on my wish list jot form for them to enter an email address of somebody like in their family that they want me to send their wish list, so that like they can drop hints to their husband or their mom or whoever for birthdays or Christmas or whatever.
Yeah, I love that. That's so nice. Aaron said to share the Etsy link. Yes, Aaron. So again, just jot down the things, girls, that you're wanting links for. Like I have a mental note to ask Heather for the nail tape, because I didn't realize it was flat and I could send it in an envelope. And that's my thing. If I have to pay shipping for it and I can't use a regular stamp, then sorry, it ain't going free for me. So thank you. That's why we're here to share what we do, so that we learn those things. And Heather and I talk every day, and I still didn't know that was like a flat thing I could share. So yeah, Aaron, just remind me later to share that Etsy scratch off. Okay, so then Heather can share her jot form later with everybody who is interested in seeing what that is. Basically, it's like all of her inventory, and it says how many that she has available. And Heather, do you want to chat about that at all?
Jot form, for just a second, I can. So I was able to upload, and the cool thing is I can teach you how to simply clone the form, and then you can make it your own. If you're familiar with Google, Google has a way that you can copy things. So you can make a copy of it, and then it becomes your own, and you don't have to start from scratch. So the jot form is different from a Google form.
Well, the Google form doesn't keep track of your inventory numbers.
Yeah. So a Google form allows you to fill out a form and ask questions, but a jot form has these little pieces called widgets that I can upload how much inventory I have. So say I have 4 sets of Swiss and Tell. When somebody selects Swiss and Tell as something they want to buy, and they fill out the form and hit apply, hit send, it deducts it from it, and it automatically now shows that I only have 3 sets of Swiss and Tell in stock. So I'm not constantly having to go in and look and say, oh, do I have this, 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 and this for this customer? It's all right there. So I don't even have to ask, or they don't have to ask me, and I don't have to go looking. So it was kind of time consuming to set up initially, but well worth it. So then yesterday I got 2 big mail orders in a set, and all I had to do was go in and add numbers in, and then it reflected on my site showing my customers how many I have.
That's amazing. And Holly wants to know if it's free.
Yes, it's free.
Awesome. So,
Nobody
so
pays
that
for it.
is something, again, that Heather can share. And then if a lot of us have questions about it, maybe, you know, she can, you know, do a short live about that in the team group or something later, or, you know, answer questions. I know she sent Jamie and I videos about it.
Yeah. So I made a video that I can post too. It's definitely not like super professional, and I said a lot, I'm sure, but at least it works.
As long as it works, if it gets the job done, then we're good. Thanks, Heather.
Yes, you're welcome.
A couple other things that I know I've been doing recently for volume posts, and then we're going to move on to interactive and personal. And by the way, ladies, we're trying to be done within like a 45-minute time. So by 9:30, we're going to be getting off. So if you're on a time frame, just to give you a heads up. So 2 other things that I have been doing lately that have been really fun and have been working for me and my VIP group. I have been just trying to keep things fun and doing different stuff in my group. So I've been choosing different themes of different days. And a lot of times it goes with the day of the week or some kind of alliteration. And I'm actually like doing a few different posts throughout the day that have to do with that theme. And then in the evening, I'm putting up certain sets for sale that are part of that theme. So like, for example, on what's Samantha saying? Tie-dye Tuesday. Yeah, so I did a tie-dye Tuesday. And what inspired that last week was I had a new tie-dye shirt and I wanted to wear it and show it off and have a reason to. And so I wore my tie-dye shirt and even posted it on my personal page and was like, come check out Tie-Dye Tuesday and Nail Bling with Rachel Christine. So I created a graphic that was like, which of these is your favorite tie-dye for my interactive post? And I tried to find different tie-dyes that looked like the retired sets that I have on hand that are tie-dye. But even if you just have a couple, you know, tie-dye sets on hand that aren't retired, you could sell those later that evening. But I just kind of post in the morning, hey, today is Tie-Dye Tuesday. Stay tuned for more. Or I'm going to post sets at 8 o'clock tonight up for grabs, including retired sets. And then I did an interactive post with it. And then in the evening, I posted all of my my retired and current tie-dye sets, and people just were excited about it. And I went live, I think, wearing my tie-dye shirt. And anyways, you can do whatever you want with it. And then like on Sunday, I did a play off of the sun and did a whole bunch of yellow sets, different yellows that I could find, and golds, and I sold those in the evening. And I searched the Nailfees group for anything that had to do with the sun, and I found a game that was like, guess how many nails are in this sun. So if you do not yet already use your graphics groups and Nailfees groups in the search bar, that's your best friend when it comes to finding stuff for your different, whatever it is that you're doing. So theme days are fun. Other themes that people have been doing are like Wild Wednesdays with different animal prints and animal print sets. I'm going to do like a solid Saturday or solid Sunday, and you could just in the evening post all of your solids up for grabs for maybe like $10 or something, some kind of special. Of course, my internet's unstable again. Can you hear me okay? Okay, cool. And then the last thing that I want to share that I've been doing, just to make sure that everybody knows the value of this, the last thing that recently has been going really well are just anything that has to do with a retired set. My VIPs eat it up, because if you can't order something anymore, it's like gold, right? Kind of like boys and their baseball cards in the past, like if they were like a collector's edition, right? So whenever sets are going on the retired list, or like they're retiring or whatever, you know, they're gonna disappear, always save a couple, or at least save like one of a set that you know is really popular, whatever you can, because later, once it's no longer on the website, that is like a token, a gold token for you. Almost, I don't want to say like dangling like bait, but like kind of like, hey, look what I got. You can't get this online, but I've got it. So like, stay tuned, set your alarm for this time, and people go crazy over that stuff. So I did a vintage auction. I saved, like, I literally in this closet, I have 5 baskets of retired sets. And obviously I've been doing this a year and a half, so I saved them up, and it's not like it happened overnight. But I did an auction with 50 retired sets last month, and I put them all up, and I said bids start at $10. Bidding starts Friday night at 7 and ends Sunday night at 7. So you have to increase your bid by 50 cents every time, and people would just comment, okay, I bid $10. Next person would be like, you may have to go out of order. Oh, I'm sorry, Jamie. You can chat next. Is that okay? Okay, cool. We had a little order, but that's okay. No big deal. I'm almost done. So then, yeah, the retired set auction went super well. I think I sold $600 worth of nails. Some people paid like $14-15 for sets like Cosmic Cloud that I got for free, like a hostess incentive. I mean, that's nuts. So that's just a little something about the value of saving your retired sets for later. Okay, so that's all about posts that have to do with volume, so selling the nails, because that's what we're here to do. But we do not want to make our groups all about buy these nails, buy these nails. Hey, here's some more nails. Hey, did you see enough nails yet? Here's some more nails, because people are going to get real annoyed because it's like commercials, commercials, commercials. Think of your VIP group as like your own reality show, and then Color Street is kind of like, you know, the commercials. But Jamie's going to talk about some things about branding yourself and your VIP group versus other people's VIP group, and then we're going to let her put her daughter to bed. And then we'll go back to the interactive and personal posts, and she'll talk a little bit about personal. Thanks, Jamie.
Thank you for letting me go out of order. I could just hear her fussing, and I don't want her to blow.
No worries.
Okay, so branding yourself. This is probably one of my very favorite things about this business is the community that we build and the friendships and the bond within our VIP group that we never thought maybe we would until we were in this business. So like Rachel said, the first thing I have on my notes is making this a reality show of your life. Showing your family. I moved to a different house this year, showing parts of my new house. Opening up your world to your VIPs is huge because it shows who you are and it shows what you love, and people trust you, and they'll be much more likely to come back and buy from you when they have that trust and they have like a friendship with you. Yeah, connection. And the question that I have for you is just to ask yourself, what do you love? And when I do these kind of posts to build the community, I always ask myself, is this going to bring value to somebody else's life in some way? And if the answer is no, then it's probably not a good post for my group. But if the answer is yes, then I feel like it is adding value to their life beyond their love of Color Street. So I try to brainstorm what I thought were like my top things that I post about in my group to build that connection. So obviously it's the nails, but I said my family. I'm a mom of 2, so sharing my kids and things about our life. I love all things beauty. So here's a good example. Recently I asked my group, what's your favorite face moisturizer? And so of course people love to share their opinions, and I got a huge list. Well, maybe a week later, I got a personal message from a customer that said, hey, look what I bought. I saw people talking about this in your group and I love it. So it made me feel happy that this question that I truly had and was looking for help with brought some value to somebody else, and it had nothing to do with Color Street. Another thing with beauty, if you're part of any kind of subscription service, so I love Ipsy, FabFitFun, you can kind of do an unboxing of what you get. Anything like that, I think people love to see. And I think as a Color Street stylist, you're kind of a natural, salesperson. So people are excited to see something new and something fun. So that's always a good post to build community. I love coffee, so I post a lot about coffee. And it's also kind of that attraction marketing because my nails are usually in my coffee pictures. So while my posts might not be about coffee, you're going to see the Color Street in the post. And another thing in my group that I love to share is just easy recipes for families. And it's really fun when I have different people come back and say, oh, I made this for my family. My kids loved it. Thank you so much. And I feel like even though my group is to sell Color Street, I feel like it has that community where we're all kind of in this together. With that being said, what works for me or for you, it might not work for everybody. So you might hate coffee. You might not like subscription boxes. So it wouldn't make sense for you to post those in your group. But maybe you love music, or maybe you're really into sports, and so are your customers. So you have to really use what makes you special and what makes you shine in your group. And I think that that's just what you get, or what gets people to come back to you and to really grow to know you as a person outside of just the nails. And you know, that individuality is also a reason why we don't want to just copy and paste, because it's like, there's a lot of teachers I know in this group, but the voice and how you write makes it so individual as well. I might say, hey ladies, somebody else might say, hey dears, but that wouldn't be something that I would say, but it might be what somebody else says. So I think it's just important too to keep it true to yourself, true to the way that you talk and your voice and all of that. And just with the copying and pasting as well, we all already know about the algorithm, but you know, that is somebody's personal time and work that they put into those things, especially if it's about them. You don't want to take it. You can obviously take a great idea and make it your own, but you never want to copy and paste that.
Yeah, and I do think we do have some newer girls in here that might not know what we mean about the Facebook algorithm. So basically what that is, girls, if you're new, is that Facebook doesn't like spam. And if they see the same post copied and pasted, they can mark that as spam. And if you haven't heard of the awful Facebook jail, I have been in it from using Post My Party, and it's awful. You can't post anything for however long they keep you in jail. And so what she's saying is that if like today, if like I made a post and then like another one of my direct enrollees loved the idea of the post, and she messaged me, she texted me, and she said, that was an awesome post. I took it and tweaked it and made it my own. And then she got an order from the website just from my idea. She didn't copy and paste it word for word. She changed it and made it her voice and made it her own. And then Facebook also didn't flag it as spam. But then another person in my VIP group, in my downline, copied and pasted it word for word and then used it in her VIP group. And so that is what she's talking about, is that it's not really fair to the original poster. Like, I spent a good amount of time, and I always do every day, creating my own posts. And so not only is it not fair to me if someone copies and pastes it and uses it as their own, but I mean, I have over 250 ladies on my team, and a lot of them are in my VIP group. So if I post something and 200 something people copy and paste that, then that's putting me at risk for Facebook jail, and that's not fair to me, who took the time to make that post. So just keep that in mind if you're in someone's VIP group and you like what they are doing. Take their idea, maybe copy and paste the wording, but then completely tweak it to where it is totally your own words, and it is not it's almost like when you're writing papers, what's that called when you take someone's work, like in college? What is it?
Plagiarizing them.
Plagiarizing. Yes, you'd think I'd know that word as a teacher. Yeah. Anyways, that's what she's talking about. All right, sorry to interrupt, Jamie, but I did notice we have a lot of newer girls, so I just wanted to make sure that was.
Oh no, you're good. Yeah, that sounds good. The last little bit that I have is just to encourage you. So if you are newer, or maybe you've been a part of this for a long time and you feel like maybe your VIP group doesn't have as much interaction as somebody else, or doesn't have as many people as somebody else, you know, don't compare it to somebody else, because sometimes it just takes time. You know, I would say now, a year into this, I have a pretty good group, but it's taken like 40 parties to get there, and it's taken posting every single day and never giving up and being consistent and trying new things. So just believe in yourself, keep going for it, show up, even if nobody's liking it, it's going to happen, because you just don't know who's watching. You know, sometimes like today, I got an order from this lady who, she never comments. I'll send her messages because this lady buys a lot of nails, and she doesn't want to have a party. She ghosts me, but then she shows up and she orders stuff because she saw I posted about giving free sets. So you just don't know who's watching. Just because something works for somebody else and you tried it and doesn't work, it doesn't mean give up. It just means keep trying, keep doing you, brand yourself, share things that doesn't have anything to do with Color Street sometimes. And I think you'll find that you'll start building that community and finding a good bond with your customers.
Exactly. Thank you so much, Jamie. That's all awesome info. And go ahead and put
Jamie, are you wearing the Tokyo Lights earrings?
I am. I love them.
I was like, are those the dangly ones? I noticed it, so I just had to ask.
Yes, I like them because they're
like
light.
More
Yeah.
Love them.
Yep.
All right. Well, you can put your baby down,
Okay.
Jamie. Thank you so much for sharing.
Okay.
And like Jamie said, girls, you might see one stylist, like for example, after being in the business for a year and a half, my VIP group, has like almost 800 people. So you can't compare what my group does with 800 people to if you're a brand new stylist and you have 80 people in your group, So that's what she's talking about too, is that we don't want people to get discouraged that like if you're trying something that someone else is trying and it's not working for you, well, just keep that in mind. You can't compare your beginning of your journey with someone else's journey that's been in way longer. So just keep those things in mind. And also just know this, like even as seasoned stylists, sometimes some of my leaders will do something, like sometimes I might see my upline Danielle do something, or like Heather might try something and it goes so great that I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to do that. That's going to go great. And it bombs, like it's a total bomb. And I'm like, oh, well, that sucks. But it's not like I'm just like, I go cry about it. I'm just like, oh, well, all right, that didn't work out very well. Maybe I'll try again another time. And sometimes I do try something a second time and it works better for some reason a second time. Other times, it just might not be what my group wants. So we all have different audiences and different customers. All right, so let's move on to interactive posts. Heather's going to talk about some of this, but basically we just want to make sure that every day, if possible, not only are we doing some kind of post or something to help sell the nails, but we also want to bring something interactive for our customers to comment on, to interact on, something fun or something like Jamie said to give their opinion on, but you just want to make sure that you keep it non-controversial. So if you are into stuff like religion and politics, stuff like that is better reserved for private conversations when it comes to being a salesperson. So obviously, that's completely your own, that's on you to decide what is appropriate for your group, but just as a rule of thumb in the sales world, in order to make sure that you're never offending anyone or making someone uncomfortable, it's always a good idea to keep anything controversial out of your VIP group. But and then other interactive type things you can do are games, girls' nights in, giveaways, etc. So Heather's going to talk a little bit about girls' nights in, and then I think she's going to mention types of giveaways.
Okay, so something that, the girls' nights in are relatively new. That's not something that has been around for super long time. And lucky for all of you guys, when you BQ 1 month, the next month, our presidential upline Erin Stones will email you graphics and an outline with instructions on how to run a girls' night in your group. Now, something that people may believe is that if they do a girls' night in, they're going to get tons of sales. I actually don't get a lot of sales during my girls' night in. However, I get 30 to 50 comments on every single post, and the posts are every 5 minutes because you're asking them for their opinion. One of them was Super Bowl girls' night in, and one of the questions asked, which is your first favorite Super Bowl food? Is it wings? Is it nachos? Is it pizza or whatever? And again, all they had to do was comment A, B, C, or D, and the comments rack up. Well, when the comments are there, your Facebook algorithm goes through the roof, because when that many people are commenting, lots of other people are going to start seeing it in their news feed. And even though you might not get any sales from it, the people who are in your VIP group are going to start seeing your posts. And that means they might see the next time you post a giveaway or an incentive or something really awesome that they may not have seen before, like the Nailfie of the day that gets them to buy those sets because they love it so much. Also, it's just a really awesome way to get some camaraderie, because some of the stuff that they comment on and the things that they do and the opinions are just hilarious, and people start conversations.
Heather, can you speak up a little bit or move closer to your computer? It looks like, I know for me it was hard to hear you until I turned my volume all the way up, but someone else said that it was kind of hard to hear you.
Oh, I see it. Oh, thanks. My puppy is not doing so hot right now. He just had surgery a couple weeks ago, and it was time for his pain meds, so he needed mommy. So that's why I came down here before with him. Can you hear me better now?
Yep.
Okay. Sorry about that.
Thank you.
So let's see. Hope I'm not missing anything. Okay. So basically, if you didn't hear what I said, it's just that GNI, Girls Night In, may not get you a ton of sales, but it's going to increase your Facebook algorithm and make your group start showing up in people's news feeds because of the amount of comments that you're going to be getting on those posts. And in order to get people to comment on those posts, I usually offer a free set if they comment on all of the posts. So there's usually 16 posts, I think, maybe 14, something like that. And if they comment on every single one, I tally it up, and only if they comment on all of them do they get entered to win. Now, last time I just gave a sleeve of Clear as Day, which is really cool because each set comes with 2 sleeves of 16. So then you're really not even giving away as much as maybe they think you are.
Hey, Heather, real quick, I just want to touch on that Facebook algorithm thing. The reason that we want to boost the algorithm is because if you haven't noticed, sometimes you'll be like, oh, I'm Facebook friends with this person, but I haven't seen them post anything in a long time. And you might search for them on their, in your search bar, and you realize, oh, they're still here on Facebook, but I haven't seen their stuff in my newsfeed in a while. So Facebook has this algorithm where if you're commenting on someone's stuff, they know that you want to see their stuff and that you guys interact, and it's going to show up in your newsfeed. But if people aren't commenting on your stuff, eventually they're not going to be seeing your posts as often. So you don't want to ever assume that if you make a post and it says that however many people saw it, I think that's kind of a lie, honestly, because people say all the time, and I know for me too, I'm in a group for a boutique that I love, and sometimes I'll go a couple weeks and I'll be like, I haven't seen one post in my favorite boutique. So I have to go search for the boutique and like some stuff or comment, and then it starts showing back up in my newsfeed. So if you have a special you're doing, or you're about to do your first girls' night in, or maybe your last girls' night in wasn't as successful, just keep in mind that people don't always see your posts. So reaching out personally, especially if your group is pretty small, like if you have hundreds, it's a little bit harder to do this in your VIP group. But if your group is smaller to where you can reach out personally by sending personal messages, letting people know, hey, just wanted to see how you're doing on your nail stash. I wanted to make sure that you saw that I have a special going on. I didn't want you to miss out. And I don't know how many times I've done that where I reach out to people and they're like, thank you so much for letting me know. I did not see your post. And then guess what? I get another sale. Or you could get more people interacting for your girls' night in, etc. So just keep that in mind. Just because you're posting doesn't mean that people see every single post. But we do want to always boost the algorithm when possible so that they do see our stuff.
And you may notice that once, like Rachel said, you don't see somebody, so you go look for them, and when you do, all of a sudden you start seeing them in your news feed again. That will happen with your customers too. If they see a girls' night in post that simply asks them to type A, B, or C, or D in the comments, they do that, then they're automatically going to start more of your posts simply because they interacted on one, which is huge. But it might take a little while for your VIPs to get in the routine of doing this every Thursday night. So don't be discouraged if the first one you get like 3 or 4 people commenting. Keep doing it, because the more weeks that you do it, they'll get into that routine, and the more comments and things you'll get, especially when they want to win free stuff. I have some people who only participate for the free stuff, but hey, it boosts the algorithm. So the other thing that I was going to talk about were giveaways. So we already touched on this a little bit with the different volume type posts, and we talked about the earrings. Speaking of the earrings and the nail tape, I posted in the event the different links for those things in Amazon and also the jotform link. So it's in the group or in the event group on Facebook when we leave here. But I found some really, really cute patriotic earrings. Now we may not be getting some Rachel and Liz, you're both, we may not be getting patriotic sets. Who knows? I would love to say we will, but right now it's hard to say with the pandemic and everything that's going on. But wouldn't it be awesome that you could offer your customers something patriotic, even
like
if it's
this?
College Street?
Like, hey, here's this combo of this Venetian velvet. This is for you, Heather. I forgot to tell you I have this set for you that you.
Oh.
Yeah, so you could do like a red and silver combo, or like Greeking Out and Home Sweet Home, and like whatever Heather's got on, Greeking Out, Beijing
Beauty, Fort Worth it.
Yeah, and so you could offer a combo with a twosie and a pair of patriotic earrings if we, don't get 4th of July sets, or if you don't get enough in your hands for your customers. So always just being creative.
Yes.
And
and
Heather,
sorry, what?
with the nail tape that you said, like mine, the nails I'm doing for 4th of July involve the nail tape. So you could always do that ahead of time. So they kind of look at that and they're like, oh, there's even more ideas of ways you can kind of do your own.
Exactly. Another thing I wanted to talk about were monthly giveaways. So something that my VIPs look forward to every single month are the monthly giveaways that I do. Every month I do a buy 3 get 1 giveaway, where if you purchase a buy 3 get 1 through my link, or any party that you're in, as long as you're in my VIP group, you're entered to win a free set. I also usually do a Nailfie challenge. So if you post a Nailfie in my group, I go through at the end of the month, I scroll through and look at every person who posted a Nailfie, and they get entered to win a free set. Now I've also mixed those up a little bit so that they're not getting bored. At Christmas time, I did a fill the bag giveaway, where this time I did anyone who placed a buy 3 get 1 order only through my party link. So they had to go through my party link. I put something in a bag. I went to Target, I went to the Target dollar spot, and I got a really cute zipper pouch. I got some like hand and feet masks. I got the nail tape. I got a matte polish, or a matte top coat, anything that you could use to add on top of. I also added some free sets, and people loved it. So I was able to give away, I think I gave away 3 free sets, and then all sorts of stuff to add to it on top of twosies and the nail clips, mineral fusion, polish remover, all sorts of stuff like that. So that was 1 month.
Yeah,
Another
making a
month,
cup of coffee.
in April, I did a daily nail feed challenge, where each day they had to take a picture of their nails with something else. So one day it might be what they're reading or what they're having for dinner or whatever like that. And people loved it. They got really, really into it, and were really planning them out. And they thanked me for keeping things interesting so that it wasn't the same boring thing all the time. One more thing I've done for the monthly giveaways is a top contributor challenge, because again, this is going to increase your Facebook algorithm, because you can, in your group, once it's over 50 people in your VIP group, in the admin settings, you can see who's your top contributor based on the amount of posts that they have made and the amount of times they have commented. So they know that their comments are being added up, and so therefore they're going to comment on more things just so they can hopefully be the top contributor and win a free set.
And Heather, I was going to say too, for your for your giveaways, some other things to keep in mind, like for a free set, like whenever we get free exclusive sets, like these were all just, Hostess exclusive, or throughout the last couple years, Stylist exclusives. If you save these, you can, again, kind of like dangling bait, like, hey, these are Stylist exclusives, or these were Hostess exclusives that you cannot buy, and you didn't even have to pay for them if you got them for free. And you can say, this month my giveaway is everyone who does buy 3 get 1 is going to be entered to win crystal gazing, and everyone's like, ooh, I want that. Or if you love your Ipsy bags like me, I always have a bunch of these, so you can use these as your fill the bag giveaway, and then you can save all the little items that you don't even like, and you can use them as like your fill the bags, or like at Walmart, like these flat masks, these can go in envelopes. These can be little giveaway prizes for $1, or they come in your Ipsy bags too. So there's so many little goodies that just kind of brighten someone's day, just for whoever wins it or gets it as a freebie, and keeps things exciting for your customers. Thank you, Heather.
That's what I like to do with the lemon one with the Lima lemons, or not the Lima lemons, but I squeeze the day and put those together and say, hey, this is the summer giveaway going on. And, like kind of get all little things like that. That's going to be like summer or, Christmas or whatever.
I had a bag that looked just like Tokyo Lights, and 1 month my giveaway was a set of Tokyo Lights with that. And that girl ended up becoming a stylist. I think it was the bag.
Well, okay. And another really awesome place to shop for giveaways is Dollar Tree. Seriously, Dollar Tree. The $1 that still blows my mind that everything in Dollar Tree is $1. It gets me every time. I spend so much there. But they have so many good quality things like little notebooks. Last year, one of our that was the flamingos. Then we had $6 and got like a pineapple koozie, a pineapple notebook, a pineapple cup, and used that as a giveaway for one of the summer launches. And I spent like $5. It was not expensive. And they don't know that I got it from Dollar Tree, or maybe they do, but the fact that they could possibly win it and get sets on top of that, they love it. I always tried to do some sort of giveaway for new launches, even if it's everybody, like a buy 3 get 2, everybody gets a free set for a buy 3 get 1, or everybody who plays as a buy 3 get 1 will get an extra free set from this new collection. Anything that they think that they are getting more for their $1 is huge. And if you're offering something, and maybe they have 2 friends who joined, and you're keeping things interesting and exciting and offering fun things for them, then they may shop from you. Who knows?
Yeah, and remember, girls, too, you might be thinking, oh, that you're giving away, giving, but we get, whenever we place our own orders, every 4th set we order is free for us, and all of our hostess orders, whenever we close out our parties and claim those free sets, use those, because you're not losing money on it if you got the set for free. So just keep those things in mind if you feel like it sounds like a lot of free stuff.
I also like to order stuff on Amazon, because a lot of my VIPs are not local to me. Yeah. So I will buy giveaways on Amazon and ship it directly to them. Then I don't have to pay any shipping, which I love.
Yes.
Yeah. Shipping sucks.
Yes,
it does. I've done the exact same thing, Crystal. Something
to consider is everything that you purchase, even if it's a giveaway for a customer, is a tax write-off.
So yes, absolutely.
Save your receipts. All right, ladies, we are already getting like 5 minutes past time, but I do want Liz briefly to talk about personal posts, and Sarah had a couple things to say, so I do want to move on to those so we don't keep you too long. So Liz is going to talk, we're going to move on to the P. So we talked about V for volume, I for interactive posts, and now we're going to move on to the last one, which is P for personal posts. So Liz is going to talk a little bit about that.
Yeah. So kind of touching on base with like what Jamie kind of went off, like, branding yourself, you want to make sure that your VIP or your customers get to know you for you, not just for the nails. And that was something I was really, really bad at doing. I'm going to admit that. And now the more that I kind of involve, like, what I do daily with my kids or what's going on, and like me coming off work or having a hard time at work, like people actually interact a lot more to those posts than they do to my actual nails, like anything to do with Color Street. So it's like, one, it's going to build up that algorithm. The more that they like the post or the more that they're commenting, they're going to keep seeing more of your posts along with that. And just sharing your life, like them getting to know you. Like, I'm pretty sure everyone's pretty sick of it, but I show my daughters almost all the time, especially right now with this summer weather, and we're always out and about, and they're in the pool or tanning or whatever they're doing, but bike rides.
All the moms relate.
Exactly.
Just like all the dog moms relate to all my pictures of Kaiser. I mean, it's your life.
Yeah. And that's the thing, that they're getting to know me like on a different level, like more personal, opposed to just business, I guess you can say, in a way. With that, like sometimes I'll even go live, but like while they're playing outside, and that's something good also, like not just showing pictures, but also going live, letting them see you, talk to them. I know I try to do it at least like 2 to 3 times a month at the least. So at the beginning of the month, I like to do the like previous month's giveaways plus the new giveaways for that following month, and then what I'm planning on doing for the month for them. And every once in a while, if we have, especially right now with everything with COVID and stuff, it's like I like to update them, the site's having restocks, or we're doing some restocks, but only stylists. I like to tell them like face to face kind of, so they can't, it's not like they're just reading the post and then like, okay, and it flies right over their head.
And Liz, with the Facebook algorithm, Kelly France was even just talking about this today, and her live and team nailed it, talking about like album sales. She said that don't forget to go live, because going live boosts your algorithm too. People are more likely to see your live and watch your live, just as long as it's not too long. Like I always try to keep my lives between like 5 and 10 minutes. But even a 60-second live, she mentioned, like will help boost your views.
Yeah, and even any little update.
Going live with your kids around, that is another reason, like, and I don't always try to go live when my kids are in another room. I mean, when I do stuff like this, or I'm like, Tyler, you need to get these kids and you need to take them away. They need to be quiet. But when I go live in my VIP group, I want them to see that, like, this is me, this is who I am, and I can do my business with my kids running around my house. Like, it's doable. And I want them to see that this is real life. It's not like I have to sit at my table for hours and have undivided concentration and attention towards that. Like, it's doable even with kids running around.
Yep. I know my girls like to kind of come in and chime in and say hi to them and then go away and say bye. And, it's like they're getting to know me as a person and as a mom. And that's like one of the best things, because if you just see somebody that's going to be posting about business, like Rachel had mentioned earlier, just all about nails, you're like, okay, well, I don't even know this person. Like anything she talks about is about nails. Like they lose interest, and that's something that you don't want to do. You want to keep them interested, regardless if it's, doing lives or updating. I know, like my mother-in-law and I were planting yesterday all day, and I got burnt, but I posted, like I was planting all day. The girls were playing. Like, what did you guys do on this hot weather day? So it's something also like incorporating, like, what did they do? Like ask them about their days, like you want to get to know them as much as you want them to get to know you.
Exactly. Yeah, you want to develop friendships and relationships.
Exactly. So, because then they're more likely to come back and, buy from you, because I mean, there's so many color street stylists.
Mm-hmm.
I have friends that are always like, well, I know this person, you. So it's like the more they know you, it's like the more that they feel like you have that connection.
Exactly. Awesome. Thank you, Liz. And then last thing that Sarah is going to talk about is the importance of thinking about when you're posting and making sure that your posts are meaningful. Sarah?
Yeah, okay, so I'll just kind of go off what they were saying. So, we've been mentioning, and this is stuff I watched a training, and I was trying to find the training so I could share that with you guys, but I couldn't find what training I got this in. But making your posts meaningful. So we've been talking about the Facebook algorithms and, posting a certain amount of times a day to show, or that way your posts will be more likely to show up in people's news feeds. But you always want to make sure that you're posting something meaningful, because if you post something that's not a good quality and you post that, people will either just scroll right by it, or they may even hide you from their newsfeed. If you do that too often, they may get tired of seeing those posts that they don't really care about, and they may hide you. And another thing they brought up was just about the time of day makes a difference when you post. So in the morning and lunch, people are more likely to have a shortened time that they can be scrolling. They're getting ready for work, they're getting their kids ready for work. At lunch, you've got a timed lunch, so you have short amount of time. So that's the time to post those shorter posts. You don't want to type out something that's going to take people, a minute or so to read through. They may feel like they won't have time, and then they scroll right by. So save those longer posts for the evening. Most people get home from work before bed. They spend a lot of time scrolling. So think about that when you're posting, and put those shorter, maybe nail fees and things like that in the morning, and then those longer personal posts or things in the evening. So
Perfect. Exactly.
I think
And then also, when it comes to, she was talking about times a day, you want to make sure that you're never posting at a time where people aren't going to see your post. So I've seen people sometimes post like at midnight, and I mean, unless you know you have a lot of people in your group that are up at midnight, most likely not many people are going to see that. Or if you're posting like, I don't know, in the middle of the afternoon where it's not really lunchtime, but it's not really like people are off work yet, most likely people are going to be in the middle of working and they're not going to see it. So really think about like your audience in your group. What time are they more likely going to be waking up and like kind of scrolling a little bit in the morning before they get their day started? Because, you know, it's going to all depend on your own audience. So just kind of keep those things in mind whenever you're doing your posts. And then in closing, first of all, thank you to everyone who shared today. I really appreciate everybody's input. And I do just want to remind you too that your VIP groups are not by all means the only place that we want to be promoting Color Street. This is just like a special place where we do a lot of our business, but it is not the end all be all. And what we talked about today is definitely not the only things that you can do in your groups either. There's so many different things you can do, and the more creative that you are, the better. And the more that we just share ideas with each other, the better off we're going to be with, you know, trying new things and seeing what works for us. But in addition to VIP groups, some different things that we're going to be talking about in the future that we want to make sure that we are utilizing as well are parties. Parties are the heart of our business. If we aren't trying to have parties each month, most likely we are going to burn out our VIP groups, because we can only sell nails to so many people so many times before they have a collection of nails so big that they can't even wear them all in 1 year, just like my own collection. So we always have to be having parties, or at least attempting, you know, trying to have parties to branch out our customer base. And that's also how we find new hostesses for the future and future stylists to join our team. Other things that you can utilize are your Facebook stories, your personal Facebook, or you know, other platforms like Instagram. Some people are doing TikTok now, but whatever you use, again, you don't want to just spam people with all your nails, but it is a good idea to utilize those different platforms, you know, posting at least like a Nailfie weekly of what you're wearing on your nails, or like a business blessing weekly about how Color Street has blessed your life. Because those things are always planting seeds, so that people are seeing it, you know, even if it's just once a week, it's gonna start planting in their brain, and the more that they see it, the more likely that they are going to be to want to order nails from you, or eventually host a party or join your team. So it has been almost an hour now, and we were hoping for more like 45 minutes, but that's okay. I think we had some really great content here tonight. So thank you to everybody for hopping on. I'm going to attempt to save this and upload to YouTube and share the link with you. So, but does anyone have any last minute comments or questions before we hop off?
Can I just say something really quick?
Yeah.
So yesterday was my first day even doing a VIP page.
Wow.
I haven't even got my kit yet.
That's so exciting.
And just doing up the thing. Anyways, I got 5 messages today from people that said that if I would not have done that video yesterday, they would have never have even have looked at it. In the video, I'm not lying, was really stupid. I had looked like crap. My hair was a mess, and I just went on there real quick. But I mean, everybody loved it and thought that I was real, and
yes.
So
you were you. You were being you, and that's what we want. We just want to show people who we are. So awesome.
Right.
I'm so glad to hear that.
I already made it over $300 in one day on my VIP.
Oh my gosh. That is so awesome.
It was awesome.
Welcome to the team, and oh man,
thank you.
That's so exciting. So happy for you.
I'm very excited.
Yay. That's such a great way to end this. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate that. All right, ladies. Well, we will let you go. I'm going to try to figure out how to save this recording, so wish me luck. All right, ladies, everybody have a good night. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks.
Stop recording.